Yes, I know I shouldn't be surprised that you're starting something new.
Good morning.
Good morning. Although I feel like whenever we get these up, it's afternoon. But it's morning for us right now. That's what matters, right? Good morning and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
I didn't even check the video before I start, like the camera. I think that's pretty good though, right? Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in overcast, and I don't know, Liz will tell us what's going to happen today, Brevard, North Carolina.
Rain.
Because you're the weather person.
It's going to be a weird.
Did it
Tomorrow's
rain?
going to be
yesterday?
cold. No, it didn't. Not by our house. Sunday night it did.
Okay, that's right. Okay. I knew there was rain at some point. I don't know. I'm going to fiddle with this. So I'll talk about this in a second. Ooh, it's our Monday. And I left the house without coffee or breakfast because life. So I had a breakfast bar and yogurt right before we filmed.
And now she needs coffee.
I might be sipping a little coffee as we go today. Yeah. Cause life, Yeah. Ooh, that other one you started, that's pretty. Mm-hmm. Liz is like a bevy of papillons. Are we surprised? No. Guess what?
What?
The thing I made that I finished with my pendenza kind of matches some of your new hair.
It does.
Especially when color coordination on camera is weird. Because I'll try to tinker with what we're looking at. We can see what we film because we're doing this on a Zoom meeting. As I've realized in the Zoom settings, I found some extra things in the Zoom settings. Oh my gosh, we could turn on the filters and have halos, but no. But we do that at Knit Night. You should come to Knit Night because, I haven't done my social media posts yet, Liz. Life. If anyone, by the time you see this, my morning meditation hopefully will be up. But if anyone's like, where's your morning meditation? Life. That's the only word I have for you. Where was I?
Mornings, Knit Night.
Yeah. The settings, the filter settings.
Yes.
There is a setting where it's because in Zoom you get a mirror image. Remember how that was like such a hassle for us when we were filming?
Yes.
The side-by-side show at home.
Yes.
There's a setting where you can undo that, but I think that would wig us out if we could wig us out. Because then I'd be over there and you'd be over here, and
that's
there,
just
and
crazy.
My brain would melt. So neither here nor there. But there are settings. I found the improve your appearance thing. I haven't done it. You are seeing me as I am. But I was hunting for that on Knit Night. I was hunting for that because you can kind of airbrush. There's a toggle bar. My sister helped me find it on our family Zoom. There's a toggle bar. And if you toggle it all the way up, you look really weird. Everybody's just like, but these puppies, I might play around with that tonight on Knit Night and see if I can make them a little smaller. Just a little. But that's how I found the halo. And the lipstick, there's like, you can pretend you're wearing lipstick in a Zoom meeting. I love it. And you can toggle that too. The facial hair, which, that's just funny, especially mostly for women. You can toggle how, because like when you click on the facial hair filters, I'm just going to go off on this for a second.
That's fine.
No show notes. It looks like you've got like a 5 o'clock shadow, but there's a toggle bar. So you can
make it a really good 5 o'clock shadow.
You can make it look like, a full-blown goatee and stuff. Anyway, so there's a lot more settings to investigate. So I might have fun on Knit Night tonight. Y'all should come to Knit Night, to virtual Knit Night, because then we can play around. Not everyone gets the filters. You might have a virtual background.
Have those. I have the backgrounds, and I have the halos and the goofy stuff. But
that's the filters.
Okay, I don't have any toggle bars for facial.
You don't have the beta. The lipstick and the eyebrows and the facial hair are like a beta thing that's on some computers. I don't have the fuzzy background. I have virtual backgrounds, but I haven't found the setting yet where you can just make your background like blur, which probably would be helpful at times. But I haven't found, I don't know why mine's updated in some ways and not others. People are like, get the most up to date. I'm like, I think I do because I have all the lipstick and stuff. I don't know. Anyway.
It could be that they roll those out, like,
Mm-hmm. What I found though in Zooming with my family is, the halo, the filters like that. If there's two people on screen, only one person gets it. Because my parents did it. They put a Santa hat on. And my mom was like, where's my Santa hat? And they leaned into each other and it actually went boop onto her head. And then she had the Santa head and boop onto his head. I was like, that's funny. So, but enough about filters and things. But yeah, come tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get this out of the way right now since we're on target kind of for it.
And we're running a little bit behind this.
Yeah, so. Life. That's my phrase for today. It's just life.
It's Monday.
No more need be said. And I'm going to have some coffee in a second. But 6 to 9 p.m., join us. See what fun we're having with filters or how airbrushed our faces look.
The code to get in is 828-877-3550.
Yes. I'm going to fiddle with this for a second. Yeah, because that just got weird. Okay. And I haven't put up the social media post about that yet because life. I will later. What do you want to talk about so I can take a swig of coffee?
Well, this weekend, the weekend got away from me. I had so many plans.
It's not a thing.
And I made my next set of dreads.
She got more
Friday
hair,
night
ladies and gentlemen.
and
more
Saturday.
dreads.
And I was going, at one point, I was like, I'll just pull everything out and put all new stuff. Yeah, that didn't happen. And then I decided, well, I really need to play with the back a little bit. So I started playing with the back. And then I was like, ooh, I'll add stuff to it. So I did.
She wasn't happy with the back last time.
Yeah.
Didn't you put in like twice as many?
What I did was you can, I just looped the new ones over the ends.
Oh, I can kind of see that. Okay.
They're just little, like, almost like lassos with a rubber band. So, they'll stay, but you can pull them off if, yeah. So anyway, so
some of it matches my thing, which is cool. But go
added
ahead.
lots of.
She made all these really, 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 really colorful dreads from these really colorful Rolex. And so some are what was there last week and some is new.
Yeah. Half is there from last week and half is new. So it's.
Someone that's going to come by the shop again and say, wow, your hair's grown a lot during the pandemic.
Well, the old stuff, the hair looks like it grew with a couple of blue streaks in it. And now it's like, yeah,
it's a lot, but it's cool. I like it.
So
she's almost talked me into getting some, but I'm not there yet.
We'll just keep. And as of Thursday, anyway, sometime last week, I finally bought the rest of the yarn for the last of the girls' Christmas presents for my family.
Hence the
pile that nobody can see everything.
The hidden pile. I can see it.
So I have 2 more to start, but I have 2 going. I started one last night. This one looks so pretty.
That is pretty. It's like roses and leaves and stuff right now.
And it's going to get this. It's gold. It's August, so it looks almost fall and spring and summer.
And the one you're using right now is that Spice Plum?
Yes.
Of the Fiber Space.
Yes.
Anoma yarn. It's kind of scary.
This will be.
That's July.
That's July.
See that? I couldn't see those colors on. I FaceTimed with her last night, and she's like, "Oh, it's all wound up." It looked like on camera last night. It looked like it was Fiber Space because I couldn't see as much color in it as I can.
It was backlit, and I'm really, really bad at figuring out how to hold stuff to the camera. So
I can't at home. All my stuff's I'm backlit at home. It's fine.
And then this is the one I'm starting.
I can't knit and talk to y'all. And she's going to say it's because I talk with my hands.
Because she talks with her.
I also can't multitask as well as I used to.
But I did finish
Ooh,
the Pokemon balls on my
mommies. Sweet.
so.
That's really pretty. The gray tones. And you're going to have some greens in there.
There's going to be
too,
greens because I asked my mom colors, and mom's like, black, off black.
This one gives me a third eye.
A third eye.
Yeah, of coffee. I guess maybe I need that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
and olive drab. And so her shawl is blacks and grays and olive drab. And yeah.
It's probably enough for now. I'm going to spill on myself at some point.
My sister's is all going to be blues. And then the girls, everyone's
getting papillons.
Yeah, because nobody would tell me what they wanted, which is fine.
So that's your default. I like it.
It's my default. And I couldn't figure out what color schemes to do for the girls'. And just so happened, Daydream Dye Works has their birth months, and we had one in the shop, and I ordered the other one, and
sorry.
So that's
I was just thinking, I have speaking of birth months, I have a skein of November at home that I've had for like 3 years.
3 years.
Sitting at home. I need to make socks or something out of that. Something for me. Me. What are you poo-pooing the socks for? I could make another shawl to like people, or I could just be like, look, I'm wearing socks. I actually am wearing socks I made. But that's not Daydream Dye Works. That's not Twist Fiber Studio. They made the bag that went with it. I think Rocks and String, maybe. It's like meant to stripe in socks. It's kind of cute. They're my Tuesday socks. I wear them on Tuesdays.
I tried socks.
I only have one pair.
I had big plans to do more socks.
Mm-hmm. I have 2 more pairs on needles, but they're not done because I got distracted. You know. So my thing. I did a lot this week. I started a lot of projects, but not necessarily making a whole ton of progress on any of them. But this one, I was like, I'm gonna finish my sweater. I didn't, but I got close. I got really, 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 really close. With friends, I figured out how long I wanted. Still haven't talked about this. I'll come back to that in a second because squirrel. I figured out how long I wanted this to be. I think I said at the end of last week, I was going to try to go for 9 inches of green. I ended up going for 11. And you can't really see the length on it because it's all squished up. But, excuse me. I've done most of the bottom color work down here. I'm almost to the point where I'd be doing at least an inch of tug on stuff. Of ribbing with the white, and I'm playing yarn chicken right now is what I'm doing, and I think it's going to be the right length. I think it's going to be good length. It looks like I hesitated there and lost my train of thought because I think it's about where my t-shirt ends, although then I tugged on my t-shirt and it's a little longer, but you know, I think that's a really good length for this. So I'm playing yarn chicken. I am on the last row of the turquoise. Oops. I made it through half of that last row and I ran out of yarn. Like this is the halfway marker. So this part has 3 rows of teal here after a slip stitch row. Yeah. And this side only has 2. And so here's my decision and my dilemma. Option 1 is to, excuse me, that's the coffee. Option 1 is to back out to the beginning of the row and only have 2 rows. Option 2, which will not happen, is to break open a new skein of Lagoon for half a row of stitches. That I'm not going to do that. That is right out. That probably should have been option 1 and axed, you know. Yeah. But I just want to put it in there as some people would do that. Be like, I have to get the pattern just right. And that means I would not recommend someone buy another $16 ball of yarn for half a row. I did on my mom's, I can now say it's my mom's because she's gotten it and she thinks it's lovely. The triangle cowl that I was finishing up and getting in the mail last week. I have this much left over of a second skein of yarn, but because I had to crack into a second skein of yarn to finish it. But I did more than half a row with that. And to me, it was important to finish that one just so for her. But I have extras. That I do. I think I got a couple more inches out of that, right?
It's a personal call.
I do have an option 3. Go ahead.
If like on shawls and stuff, I've cracked into an extra bowl, partly because I happen to have them at home. Like, you know, I buy yarn. It's what I do. But sometimes it's the, do I want to continue? I sell her yarn.
It's what I do.
I know. Do you want to continue? Do you want to not? Yeah. Do you want to throw another color in there and nobody even notices?
Yes. Like if I had run out earlier than this, I might have done a couple rows of the green, because I've got, I had to crack into a second skein of green to get my length, and I've still got all this left. It's probably like half a skein, I would think, if I had to guess. I could weigh it and find out. Not right now. I have this much of the porcelain left. Will this be enough for a whole inch of ribbing? I don't know. I'll probably just end it when it runs out. But it could mean I go further. I don't know. But option 3 that I'm kind of going back and forth on, 1 or 3 is going to happen, is right at the halfway point here, starting the ribbing. I have to decide how much it's going to bother me if I mean, the halfway point is the sides, right? It's right under the armholes. So it's front or back. And this one actually doesn't have any short rows in it. So ostensibly, I could, once I weave the end in that's kind of on the side back, like the front or the back could be the front of this. And unless someone is really staring front to back and analyzing the bottom of my sweater, which they should not be analyzing and looking at too closely, or else I'm going to think something's really inappropriate. They may not know that one side is a little thicker blue at the bottom than the other, or teal at the bottom than the other. So I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
I don't think it's going to be as noticeable as, even if you were to do a couple, what you could do is do a couple of rows of green before you start the porcelain.
I could, especially if I want it to have a little more length. I'm going to have to, maybe if there's a lull today, I will put it on stitch holders again and put it on and see how long it's gotten. But again, I'm okay with modifying the bottom just a little bit. Like this is still, it's a me sample, it's a shop sample. I'll just tell people what I did. Like this is definitely why I want to finish a sample, especially if I might want to make kits for this for people. Then I can tell them, here's what happened to me. Or if you're going to make my size, here's the kit I would sell you, but know that you might run short because I ran out.
Well, and
I came close. You know,
everybody knits differently. Somebody could, on the same needle, same gauge, same everything, could actually wind up
with extra yarn. Or like this section in here was like, go until it's so long from the top. And if we measure differently, which can happen, you're going to end up using more or less of that teal. Right now, this is forecast to be a 4 skeins of yarn sweater, which I think is pretty good, you know, for yarn that has like 250 yards per skein. And I'm going to have some left over. If someone of my size made the cropped version, they may not have, I mean, what I found when I hit what I thought was the cropped length of the green, I was out of yarn. And there's some green at the bottom, which means either you change that or you make it a little shorter. Like you would only need 3 skeins of yarn if you're making one if you're smaller than me. And a good chunk of our customers are. You might only need 3 skeins. You know, there's some give and take in that, and that's okay. So I struggle. It's really cute. I'm really, really, really happy with it. I'm really happy with it, with this yarn, with the Summer Delight. It was a gamble. And sometimes my tips and tricks yesterday was kind of philosophizing a little bit on stuff like this, but sometimes gambles don't pay off. And then, you know, for next time.
Yeah.
Like the other sweater I made, that's a little top like this with the Sammy. I love it, but not as much as I love this one. So this one will probably get worn more, you know? But it's all a learning experience. Like I struggle with changing from what the pattern says. Like the stuff at the bottom is actually going to bug me, but I'm going to try to let it go because maybe I want the right length and I'm not going to crack into another ball of yarn because I have yarn left. It'll be changing what the pattern actually looks like at the bottom, but just the littlest bit. And I think that's I think that should be part of the reason that we get into knitting is both to follow patterns and create beautiful things, but also to have the freedom to do what you want with it. Like I'm a big believer of if one of the reasons you might want to knit your own sweater is sweaters from the store don't fit right, or the sleeves are too long, or those are things you can change for you or for someone else. I think that's cool. Anyway,
it is.
I've been in this whole philosophy bent lately. So maybe it's not philosophy, but that's what I'm calling it, So, so this little thing that I have pinned on, we have these Brittany shawl pins. I don't think they're in the online shop yet. But they're shortened knitting needles, basically, like so that you could keep a shawl on in the right place. An
extra layer of short and stabby.
Yeah, this is short and stabby if you want to actually really hurt someone because it's blunt. So this is short and stabby if you don't want a clean wound. But how do we get there? I finished my pendenza, and I really should. The person who wrote this pattern has been like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see how it comes out on Instagram," which is wonderful. I love it when pattern designers go, "Oh, cool." But I blocked it. This is the Briar Rose kerchief, and I made it with one skein. I still have like the little bit that's left. Let me see. Where is it? I still have that much of my skein left. If I could have expanded the pattern and kept going and gotten to more colors in this, but I was pretty good with where the pattern ended. It has kind of a little bit of a mesh lace in the center and a whole lot of garter. And let me see, hold it up there. And it went through some fun colors in this peacock. I think we only have one skein of this peacock colorway, but we have other skeins of other colors left. It's got a funky asymmetrical shape with this little dangle. But kerchief, when I see the word kerchief, to me it means it's even smaller than a shawlette.
Yeah.
Like a shawlette, kind of maybe you can wrap around, it's a small shawl, and you can maybe wrap it around your neck. A kerchief, you're gonna have to tie it or pin it or button it or something, because if I just do this, like the ends don't even come fully around my neck, even having blocked it, And what?
I think of a kerchief, like you could use it more as a hair wrap than as a shawl thing.
I could probably do that with anything. I'm not putting it on very well, and I have my weird buns.
It would make a cute little hair thing.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of wearing crap around my neck.
I
know. So let's see. Okay, not that it really matters front and back, but I think this is the right side out, technically. And I'm putting the short end right behind my neck. And kerchief, shawlette or shawl, for me, I put the point in the front, in the middle, and then wrap the ends around. And this one end actually comes all the way around, and then I weave in my short and stabby. And then as long as this isn't short and stabbying me in the neck, I have something I can kind of fluff and arrange, or just let it do whatever the is going to do. So, but little accessory. I like accessories. So that's when I was saying, ooh, I can make socks out of the November, because I know that Amy D has made socks out of the November.
Yes.
But it's my birth color. Maybe I want to put it around my neck. I made the pocket watch, which is another favorite color of hers. I made into Joji Locatelli's lightweight hipster. And that was fun. Just little crescent shawl I could put around my neck. Yay! So maybe I need to look for one of those. But we'll see. I have enough projects going right now. But I definitely have been in a maybe I should make something for myself range. And people out there are probably like, but you make all these things for yourself. But they're mostly for the shop. They're for me, but they're for the shop. So we'll see. We'll see. What else have I done? Ooh, I played around with the new needle tips and cords we got in, which we're going to save till tomorrow. But I have pink swivel cords from Likey, and I have blue tips from Likey that came in, and ooh, fun. But they're not online yet, so don't get too excited. We'll try to get them up for tomorrow or on tomorrow. I this morning, just to remind people it still exists, this is what I haven't put up online yet for the morning meditation. I got back to my spiral euphoria cowl that is a Mobius. Like if I follow this, it comes in here and it goes around there, and then it comes around here, and like knitting one row of this, you knit the outside and the inside of the cowl, and it keeps expanding out. And it's yarn over, purl two together, yarn over, knit two together. It's super easy in my opinion. There's awkwardness rather than complication with the Mobius cast on and making it go. But, and I was like, I forgot to put this. I haven't done the post, so I hopefully will remember to put in the post. It's like an homage to this color of Ito, because I just went online last week and said, oh, we just brought this color in and now we can't reorder it. It makes me so sad. I have this knack of knitting with colors that we can't get back in. So the samples are in colors you can't get, and it's just mildly frustrating.
It's becoming more and more of a thing.
I have an uncanny knack. It's a talent. So that was this morning's meditation, but I started 3 new projects last week. And most of them are what?
So she did.
She did. Yeah, she can vouch for me. Most of them, the projects themselves are on my computer and my phone. So I don't have like a piece of paper with what it's going to look like that I can hold up. But if you go to social media, you'll see some posts where I've shared some of how these might turn out. The one I've made the most progress on, the most worth showing y'all, is Tiff Nealon, I think it is, break in tide. She's done a cowl and a shawl, and the shawl is gorgeous, but I'm doing too many shawls and I'll never get it done. So, but this is the break in tide cowl so far. Can hold it up. It has a pointy bottom, and I've just literally started to do it in the round right there. But it's fun because it's got all these different textures. It's got garter. It's got what looks like brioche, but it is a modified fisherman's rib in a couple of sections. It's got some slip stitch polka dots up here. I am using a Fiber Spates Dovestone and a Daydream Dye Works Blossom DK. So this one's going faster than my other projects because it's thicker yarn and bigger needles.
I just realized something.
What?
Most of your projects that you got like out on or on the table have different texture. Like you're going more towards the texture than you are the, like.
I think it's a good thing.
Maybe. It is good, but like your sweater and that have multiple textures in the, and it's fun. Becoming a trend.
Interesting. It keeps me interested in going to have different stuff happening. Yes, it's definitely a trend in knitting as well.
Well, I mean a trend for you.
But doesn't that mean everything though? No. Yeah, I'm getting bored easily. So I want fun things. And my tips and tricks yesterday was all about how you can do anything you want. Don't be limited by how long you've been knitting. Do anything you want. It's all good. Might take some time. You might make some mistakes. And I go, so what? It's painful.
Even people that have been knitting forever make mistakes.
Oh, I've made mistakes. I just dropped some stitches off of this, and I'm not sure if I put them back on right when I took it out of the bag earlier, and I'll figure it out. Or it will be a design element. Ta-da! But okay, so I thought I'd be doing 2 brioche projects because part of what got me going was like, ooh, brioche. I'm going to do some brioche. And this one's not brioche, but it looks like it. Brioche is what looks like you've got ribbing with 2 different colors involved. 2-color brioche, I should say. And it's extra squishy. But fisherman's rib comes really close. So, I have other things that aren't what I started this weekend too that are in here. I got so many things. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. Let me see. The brioche that I started is still teeny tiny. itsy bitsy, because I haven't got back to it, and it's fingering weight. But this is real brioche, and one of the differences with real brioche, although real fisherman's rib might also do this, is it's reversible. So I've got this hot pink mixed magenta from Fiber Space. This stuff is the fingering weight version, and I've got Just Bite Me from Daydream Dye Works. These are the two of the yarns I love, so they're the yarns I'm knitting with a lot. But you see the pink ribs on this side, and you see the blue ribs on this side. This is Rebel 2, and May the 4th be with you was last week. So this was started in honor of Princess Leia Carrie Fisher. And I haven't gotten very far because I started so many other projects, but I will get back to this. And then
we were left unattended at the shop for a few days.
People need to come buy yarn, even if it's outside, because you don't have an appointment, because otherwise we start lots of projects. Then this one, now this is some Fiber Space. It's the light color, but I have Queensland Perth is my dark color. It will change as I go, and that will be fun. This is the beginning of a new Lisa Hahn shawl in fingering weight called Room with a View. And Room with a View has this really cool mosaic slip stitch pattern once it gets big enough. It's like anyone who's taken the Walk in the Woods shawl class with me or has decided to do Walk in the Woods, which is also Lisa Hahn. The fun stuff is once it gets big enough. So there's a little monotony, which is its own fun thing right now, with a little bit of an I-cord edge on one side and increasing on the other side, going over and back with one color and over and back with the other color. Once it gets big enough, I get to start doing some fun pattern work on it. I'm really excited about that, but I can't show you because I don't have a printout of the pattern in front of me. I could try to edit in something in this video, but
depending on time.
Life. Yeah. Oh, and again, morning meditations forced me to make progress on things. I made some progress on my petite knit no frills sweater. Nice, easy sweater pattern to show off holding color changing mohair with a solid. And what I think is really fun is it's hard to open it up enough, but I'm in this really dark green, which is going to turn into this dark blue. So I have almost done enough to get through a full color change. Yes. But look at how much of the sweater. Let me see if I can.
You're getting really close to armpits.
Kind of. It needs to be like over 400 stitches before that happens. And I think I'm at like maybe closing in on 300. No, I'm at 300. I'm past 300. So yeah, it's getting there, but it probably has a few more inches to go before we get to sleeve separation. But I just think that's so cool. That's how far the color change in this mohair goes. And this is getting bigger. So when I get to the torso, it's going to change at a different rate because it's not going to be as many stitches as it takes to get all the way around the torso and the shoulders. And then the sleeves are going to change at a different rate. I'm probably going to color manipulate as much as I can to make it look like the sleeves seamlessly start changing colors from wherever I stop them to work on the torso. And I had, shout out to Shilpa, I had someone ask the question, what are you going to do with that color changing, for any color changing? And I say color manipulation, to kind of make it match. I'm not going to try to make the color change on the sleeves match the torso because that's going to be too complicated.
Yeah.
But I will try to make it look like the sleeves keep going, which could mean that I have a lot of unused mohair. I might have to roll off a whole bunch of mohair to make that happen. I might need more like 3 skeins of mohair instead of 2. But that's okay. It all depends on what look you're going for. But it's so fuzzy and soft and warm. Not necessarily summer wear, but comfort wear. So I'm going to keep working on that. So I made like little bits of progress on lots of things. Really close to finishing this sweater. I'm hoping maybe one of the shows later this week, I will be wearing it. I dropped my bag on the floor. I might not be wearing it blocked. I have a good idea that won't happen till this weekend with life. But maybe I'll wear it unblocked so you can see, because we've done that with other sweaters. I've worn it unblocked and then blocked so you can kind of see the difference if you're wanting to analyze the video. But I'm really excited about this one. And I'm hoping maybe I'll probably put like some kind of tank top underneath it, something underneath it, because it does have holes and bobbles. It's, mildly see-through, but not really. It's not a lot. But I'd love to wear it if it's not too hot. Thing is, when I run around the shop, I can get a little hot, So that's fun. Yay. And we'll see. Stay tuned to see how far this much yarn gets me, because it's more than the teal. The teal that I had left, I was able to get this much out of. It's not involved in every row, but it's involved in most rows. And I ran just a little bit shy of what I needed. So
I think you'll have a good, because looking at the teal at the top, you'll have.
I used a lot more teal up here. Yeah. Than white. I have this big chunk of teal right there. So I think so. And I think I'm intrigued by your idea of maybe throwing in some more green. I have to ponder that before I go to the ribbing at the bottom. But I think that's going to involve putting it on holders and seeing how long it is and seeing, do I want to do longer than 1 inch of ribbing at the bottom with yarn chicken involved, or do I want to throw a little more color in? I don't know. We'll see. I could start a new beginning of round though, right where the yarn ran out.
Yeah.
And probably be fine. It won't be super lopsided to have half of it be 1 row shorter than the other. I know some people out there are going, I can't do that. That's you. That's cool. Back out to the beginning of the row.
What's the diameter of your needles?
I think I'm on a 7, 6, something like that. Let me see. I'm on a 6.
So a 4 millimeter.
Mm-hmm. One side is 4 millimeters shorter than the other.
I don't think.
Nope. I think it'll be fine.
As one
if
of
I
our
care,
knitters
I could put it in the back.
You won't be able to tell on a galloping horse, or even just walking past.
And if you're looking that closely, you're going to get a need of the face. Let me just say.
Yeah. Because it's all going to be waistline, or lower than waistline. Yeah. So yeah, don't.
It's going to be at my hips. I can do some damage. Anyway, look what Liz did. She was casting on when we started talking. That's cute. I really like that. Okay.
It's my sisters.
So
they don't watch, or at least I don't think they do.
So if they do, oh well.
Yeah.
Surprise!
I'm horrible at keeping secrets anyway. So
and they didn't tell you what they wanted, so they have to deal.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about Christmas. I tend to think about Christmas in November, and it's a mad dash. Oh well.
Well, I figure I'm doing the girls' shawls and I'm doing the boys' hats.
Yeah.
And hats are a whole lot easier to panic with than shawls.
Oh man. Okay. So we should wrap up.
We should.
I could keep going because
we could.
We talk about yarn all day. It's what we do.
Day. It's what we'll be
I'd
doing.
say come join us, but not until the pandemic's over.
Yeah.
So we already mentioned at night is tonight. Yep. Come online. Tomorrow's the most dangerous show of the week because we'll try to sell you stuff and tell you that there's sales on it, 15% off. Today's the last day for getting Juniper Moon Bud in all the coconuts. And I realized there's a couple of coconuts accessories we showed you all last week that I never got up online. So
the claws.
I was like, I don't know if that was going to be sneeze or yawn. The claws and the repair hooks.
The repair hooks.
Because life. So I will probably make those 15% off for the following week, but they won't be the only. They'll be in addition to whatever we show you tomorrow. I'll make sure I get those up online.
And those will be the only coconuts.
Yeah. We'll show you something else, whether it's yarn and accessories or just yarn. We will both be surprised tomorrow because we haven't figured it out yet. So, but then Thursday is Dear Becky and Lizzy. I don't know if we have anything yet.
We do not, right before this morning.
Okay. So if anyone has a question for us at this point, I would email
Liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Okay. And if you want to send us something for down the road, you can always write us at Dear Becky and Lizzy, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. If I said that too fast, it should be in the description somewhere. And if no one sends us anything, we will figure out something to talk about because we can talk about stuff.
We generally.
So, were you gonna say something?
Not this Saturday, but the following
22nd
is
our
virtual afternoon.
Dual platform sit and stitch for Saturday afternoon. We 1 to 5 p.m. Like I said, May 22nd. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers and caretakers and nurturers out there, who I think is all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Again, to wax poetic for a second. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I think that's it. We hope you're staying safe and well and putting as many layers of Swiss cheese between you and COVID as you can. And for us, that means we're still needing appointments to come in the shop, but they're super easy to sign up for. And as time, weather, energy permits, we'll see what we're doing with that, but we're sticking with it for now. We're happy to help you outside, happy to help you on the phone. Walk-ups for small things. It's all good.
Yeah.
So until tomorrow, stay safe, be well.
Like, ring the bell, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
My tips and tricks is tied with this channel.
It's kind of scary.
And I'm not even trying to get people to do that. So, represent us and the other channel too. I want you to like both of them, but let's see. Now we got a competition going on. Ooh.
Yeah, but Tips and Tricks doesn't even know there's a competition, so
only I do, and I'm in charge of tips and tricks. But yeah. So subscribe if you haven't, because then we'll feel better about us. I don't know. And may you find gas today.
If you're in Western North Carolina,
if you're in North Carolina or any of the places affected by this pipeline thing, because my gas light just came on today. Yay. Yeah. I didn't, if foresight and hindsight are 2020, if foresight was a magical thing, I would have gotten gas over the weekend. Oh well. And enough for me. Let's go.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Bye. Bye.